Still Working 9 to 5 is a documentary about the iconic comedy film 9 to 5, as well as its ongoing political significance. Featuring new interviews with the original cast, including Jane Fonda, Lily Tomlin, and Dolly Parton, this documentary has received a warm reception at film festivals such as South by Southwest. There's even a new rendition of the theme song that was recorded specifically for the credits of this documentary as a duet between Dolly Parton and Kelly Clarkson. What's most fascinating about this documentary is it's not only a time capsule about 9 to 5's production, but it also contextualizes the movement for women's rights in the workplace that this film was created to highlight. Jane Fonda was inspired to make this film after first hearing about a group of women office workers in Boston who formed an organization that was itself called 9 to 5 and set out to make a film that could carry on this activism. As she recalls in her interviews for the documentary, Fonda felt like creating a comedy film would reach a wider audience than a drama, so she assembled a team that could create a story that showcased the struggles of women in the workplace in an entertaining way. Even though she faced some resistance around greenlighting a comedy film that was centered around female stars, she, along with director Colin Higgins, helped craft a groundbreaking movie that was a financial success, second to only The Empire Strikes Back at the box office in 1980. In 2011, it was a big deal that Bridesmaids was a hit at the box office because it was this comedy film featuring women. But here, these actresses were, decades earlier, doing that same thing. In that way, the documentary Still Working 9 to 5 highlights the ways that time is a flat circle. It's as much a celebration of the original movie as it is a tracing of the progress, or lack thereof, that's been made for women since its original release. It's worth saying that the issues raised by 9 to 5 back in the 80s still haven't been resolved. Things like equal pay, affordable childcare, and the Equal Rights Amendment. And as the documentary points out, there was a tragic irony that Harvey Weinstein was one of the producers of 9 to 5 the musical. By the end of the documentary, you may find yourself scratching your head and wondering, have we really come that far? Just as the team did with the original film, the directors of Still Working 9 to 5, Camille Hardman and Gary Lane, craft a movie that engagingly highlights a social message. You'll go from hanging on every word as three of the world's most beloved women reminisce over their memories on the movie set, to, by the end of the film, feel an invigorating call for social change. In that way, Dolly Parton and Kelly Clarkson's haunting, stripped-down recording of 9 to 5 over the credits makes for the perfect closing to this documentary. Instead of the rousing, upbeat version of the song that we all know and love, the mood feels somber but still hopeful. It's less of an anthem and more of a plea. The world, it turns out, is still run by plenty of sexist, egotistical, lying, hypocritical bigots. And that is why this documentary, like 9 to 5 before it, is so relevant. But even though Still Working 9 to 5 first debuted on the festival circuit in 2022, even though it won awards from critics organizations, and even though it has some of the biggest names in entertainment attached to it, as of the time I'm recording this video, it still has yet to get picked up by a streaming service. I mean, come on, Netflix, Hulu, Max, Tubi, somebody get your act together. I want to thank the filmmakers for giving me the chance to screen this film, and once it's available on streaming, I highly recommend you do as well. I give Still Working 9 to 5 4 out of 5 stars.